Second to I'm a Freak at his only run. Apparently Brian Martin was saying this morning on Three-Way Turf Talk, he had the news that the horse had had a little setback leading into that race. Now, everything's right with Clearly Chosen, and the Paul Perry trained gelding by Clear Choice goes up towards the barrier, and he's a quiet horse, and he goes. Starter trots down to his aluminium ladder. And they'll soon be off in the standard weight for age Missile Stakes 1100. Brawny Spirit on the inside. Beedman still equal with Wayne Harris on 181 for the New South Wales Jockeys Premiership record. Set. Racing in the Missile and talking about D. Beedman. He bounced Brawny Spirit from the inside. Straight to the lead from Guam Holiday in the third position. Miss Kariba moving forward quickly. Wide out Masked Party. And then Silence Prevails. Off the track is Great Condor from New Set, Clearly Chosen. A length and a half further back, Renoki Boy, and 2.5 to Light Up the World. Down the side, 700 to go. And Miss Kariba on the outside, about a head clear on Brawny Spirit. A length the Masked Party and Guam Holiday. Followed by Great Condor, who's trapped out wide. Silence Prevails the middle. New Sept on the inside. And the last three are Clearly Chosen, Renoki Boy, and Light Up the World around the corner. And again, Brawny Spirit with the inside running, draws about 3/4 Miss Kariba. On the inside, third is Guam Holiday, followed a length back by Masked Party. And then New Sept, Light Up the World on the extreme outside with Renoki Boy. But Brawny Spirit dashed away. Brawny Spirit, 150 to go. About 2 lengths on Light Up the World, who's finishing doggedly. But Brawny Spirit in front. Light Up the World coming home, but all too late. And it's Beedman, the record breaker. Brawny Spirit has beaten Light Up the World. Third Masked Party, then Guam Holiday, Renoki Boy, Clearly Chosen, New Sept. Followed home then by Great Condor, Silence Prevails, and Miss Kariba was last.
On the Super Tab, number 1, Brawny Spirit to return 185 for the win, 80 cents to place. 10, Light Up the World, 95. 12, Masked Party, 250.
He's on 182, eclipsing Wayne Harris's 181. And the little fella from Melbourne, Brawny Spirit, has proven a mile too good. 370 and 160. Number 10 is second, and that is Light Up the World. Gee, she came from a long way back. Very good performance. Had the race been that a little bit further, oh, she would have made it very interesting with Brawny Spirit. Number 10 coming back in fine fettle, Light Up the World, a talented filly at $2 even. Number 12, third Masked Party, ridden by Len Beasley, has paid $4.80. Brawny Spirit, 371.60. Number 10, Light Up the World at $2, and number 12, Masked Party, $4.80. Brawny Spirit, tiny little fella by Rustic Amber from Devil Hostess. What he lacks in size, he makes up for in guts. He's a brown gelding forward, trained by J.M. Winks from Flemington for DR and Mrs. J.T. Toy, and Darren Beedman, the winning rider. 16 starts for Brawny Spirit, 6 wins, 2 seconds and 2/3. And the 51,000 today takes his overall earnings to about 415,000. Second posse to Light Up the World by Rory's Jester from Christmas Spirit, a 3-year-old bay filly, Gay Waterhouse, Shane Dye, and owned by Mr. and Mrs. Tommy Smith. And she's won prior to today 190,000, so put on 13, so she's top 200. Masked Party by Masque from Party, Graham Rogerson, Len Beasley. Margin in favour of the winner, half a length, with 1 3/4 lengths separating second and third. A half, 1 3/4, 103.88. 103.88 is only just over a half second outside Joanne's race record, and 34.48 for the last 600 metres. Now the Quinella has paid $780, the Exacta $1840, and the Trifecta $240.10. And Darren Beedman and Brawny Spirit getting a big hand as they come back. That's a pretty apt Quinella, isn't it? Beedman, a real champ, and Brawny Spirit, a top-class little racehorse. And it's fitting that Beedman should break the New South Wales record on a horse as good as Brawny Spirit in a race of substance such as the Missile Stakes. Any further news for Cheltenham, Rod?
The favourite, Ian, is number 6, which is Aussie Cozzy, 250-130, but the shortener, as we anticipated, number 1, Paddington Inn, 320 and 140, whilst at the football stadium, New Zealand 22 lead Australia 16, 22-16 to New Zealand.
OK, we've got time to check these full totes lists. And the winner, number 1, Brawny Spirit, 370.160. Number 10, second, Light Up the World, $2. 12, Masked Party, $4.80. Quinella 780, 780 exacta 1840, 1840 trifecta $240.10, $240.10, and the running double for Hazardous into Brawny Spirit $50.90, 50.90. The official fourth was number 4. Number 4 Guam Holiday was officially fourth, and number 2 Renoki Boy was officially fifth. The horse to follow out of the race is most definitely, and taking nothing from the winner of course, Light Up the World. Race 7 today.
Are supporting the local racing industry. Go on, have a go with ACTAB, supporters of Triple S.
Set Brisbane.
Favourite is Blazing Steel. 275, 370 El Maestro. Well tried late El Maestro, continuing to firm. And he's continuing to firm on the TAB as well. Wimple, $200,000. 280 Blazing Steel, El Maestro 360. They're all in. Light switched on. Racing. Out wide, Positive Vibes break nicely. High Yield El Maestro showing speed. He's bursting out of the pack now with Pharmacin out wide on the track, also showing pace. Pride's Made, Sun Empress now kicking up. It's a pretty good charge for the lead. Twig Match right behind those with Vibrant Forever, then Totally Vain. They were followed by Romanov. Out deep on the track, going forward, Blazing Steel. He's 3 deep in the early stages from Positive Vibes, who now drifts back from Divisibility. Then came Spokes, Yamandi, characterises second last, and Topo it is last of all. Pharmacin's gone to the lead, 800 metres out. Pharmacin in front. High Yield is second. El Maestro couldn't get over. He's 3 deep now and travelling in 4th place. Sun Empress the inside from Twig Match. Totally Vain, Vibrant Forever. Then improving between runners as they approach the home bend was Romanov. Then further off, Blazing Steel pulling deep on the track from Positive Vibes. Totally Vain on the inside. Or they're bunching up on the home bend. Spokes is going very wide from Divisibility. Then Yamandi, Topo it, and characterises last. Pharmacin the first for home, tackled by High Yield. At the 300 metre mark, High Yield has hit the lead now. He's gone to the front. On the outside, Blazing Steel is winding up. Here comes Mickey. Dipman's pulled the stick on Blazing Steel. He's chasing High Yield. Look at Blazing Steel. He's cruised up under hard riding, gone to the lead, and he's real good. He's raced away now. Blazing Steel wins it by 2 lengths. High Yield second, 5 lengths away. Good go third. Out wide, Positive Vibes or Totally Vain. Then Characterise and Romanov. Spokes to Visibility. Yamandi further back with Topo Wet. Then Sun Empress, Pharmacin knocked up from Twig Match, Vibrant Forever. And the last couple home, El Maestro and also Pride's Made.
Number 3 Blazing Steel, 340 the win, 170 the place. 2 High Yield at $2.20 for third. 8 Positive Vibes, $7.50 or 4 Totally Vain, $2.30.
When Blazing...
On the Super Tab, number 3 Blazing Steel to return 170 the win, 85 the place. 2 High Yield at 110. Those for third, 8 Positive Vibes at 320, or number 4, Totally Vain, 115.
Dipman, the winning rider. Ron Conquest, the winning trainer. And Ron has put a very big rap on this horse, and you can see why. He couldn't get on the track this afternoon, had to travel wide. Yet when they turned for home, he reeled in his rivals and has raced away to score. 1:19.6 the time, just outside of the class record held by Buck's Image. High Yield second, Photo for third. Blazing Steel's a 2-year-old by Steel Pulse from Hardy Rhythm, raced by T. Hayes and P. Burke and T. Willis. And he was a $5,000 purchase at the Golden Nugget sales, out of the same family as God's Wonder, Mr. Bart's and My Lady's Jewel, who won at Railway Stakes in Perth. And he's turned out to be a bargain buy, Blazing Steel. Number 2 second, High Yield. And the judge is calling for the camera for third. Now, it's going to be pretty tight for third placing. Positive Vibes on the outside was getting home strongly, and Totally Vain was right there as well. Pretty hard to split those two.
We'll come back for the third in the last Brisbane Tonight's Taylor.
Zelveraja. Rider out of the saddle here from Samaya Mu. And Private still to move up with Military Coup. Sona Boy hasn't gone into line, and Take Issue likewise. Concentrating all efforts on Samaya Mu, who's halfway there and is all the way now. So Nathan Stanley will remount at any moment, right now in fact. Here's Sona Boy being led up with John Marshall in the saddle. Take Issue, Private and Military Cool with the last. John Hawkes trained, Private moving in. John on 97 wins for the season in Sydney. And Shane Dye about to move forward on Military Coup, drawn on the outside from the 1,350 metres, and they're all set to go. Ready for action. Race number 7 here at Rosehill Gardens. And the stalls fly back, they're racing. Immediately Red Eagle and Private go back to the tail of the field, and the very speedy horse Profits to the front, taken on though by Regal Don and Military Coup. A length and a half further back is Samaya Moo, Shy Royal booting around them with What He Goes and Sona Boy. And then the Ducks and I'm a Freak on the inside from Take Issue. And as they settle fully into stride, it's Profits in front from Military Coup, sitting at the leader's quarters. 2 lengths away third now, Regal Don from Shy Royal Ashley Road. About 2.5 then coming What He Goes, Samaya Moo, and then a break on the outside, Take Issue. Further back on the inside is I'm a Freak, and then the Ducks getting out of its ground now, Sona Boy with Private and Red Eagle. As they approach the 600, and Profits got away. 2 Military Coup and Regal Don, a length though Ashley Road. Shy Rule on its inside, and then What He Goes and Samaya Moo. More than a length, I'm a Freak. Followed on the outside by Take Issue, and then Sona Boy, Private and Red Eagle as they round the corner. And Profit straightens for the run to the wire. About 2 lengths on Regal Don and Military Coup. Shy Royal called upon now by Darren Beedman, and then Ashley Road, What He Goes and I'm a Freak. Profits reaches the 200 metres. About 2 lengths clear. On the outside, What He Goes. Oh, he shaved Ashley Road. He's the only danger to Profits. Profits are starting to weaken, and What He Goes bridges the gap. What He Goes runs up to Profits, and What He Goes gets there. What He Goes half head Profits. Third, I'm a Freak. Then Ashley Road, Shy Royal, Samaya Moo. Then Sona Boy, Red Eagle, Military Coup, Private, followed by the Ducks and Regal Don. And Take Issue was the last one home.
On the Super Tab, number 6, What He Goes to return $4.20 for the win, $1.45 for the place, 4 Profits to return $85, and 11 I'm a Freak, $1.
$2.80. 4 Profits had a nice lead at the 200, but he started to paddle just inside that point, and Aaron Kennedy bringing What He Goes down the outside after Profits. Profits weakening visibly, and in the last 2 bounds, geez, I tell you what, on the slow motion replay, the outside horse looks to have just a margin, but it is pretty close. But I think you'll find that What He Goes will get there, and has. Number 6, What He Goes. A. Kennedy, $9.50 and $2.80. Number 4, Profits, ridden by Darryl McClellan, second, has paid $1.60. And number 11, third, I'm a Freak, ridden by Corey Brown, and the dividend is $2.10. 6, 4 and 11 after race 7 today. Red Eagle made up a little bit of ground. Samaya Moo didn't do much. In the straight there was quite a deal of tightening at Ashley Road. Was a major sufferer. 13 running, 4th Ashley Road. A good effort under the circumstances, and 9 was 5th, and that was Shy Royal. The time was 1:20.41. That's only 0.21 outside seniority's race record. 1:20.41. They ran the last 600 in 35.53. The winner, What He Goes, is raced by Jeff Maynes, TJ Walkinshaw, AJ Henderson, PT Perfect, GP Grist and GW Lloyd Jones. A brown horse 5, Luskin Star Prove, trained by Jeff Maynes and ridden by Aaron Kennedy, and won by the half-head margin with 1 3/4 lengths between second and third, a half-head 1 3/4. Profits by dazzling account from Roadtail, brown horse 5, Paul Perry, Darryl McClellan, I'm a Freak, Bay Gilding 3, Marquee Star, Golden Lottie, Alan Denham, Corey Brown. That's the rundown, 6, 4 and 11. Just before we go to Rod Quinella here, $16, Exacta $38.10, and the trifecta, $152.50.
Okay, let's update the 8th in premiership.
Light is flashing, racing. One stood there and missed it, and it was, let's see, History Repeats came out 3 lengths behind them. Derham the first away. The Mouse Hunter now showing speed. He's going to emerge out of the pack and go to the front. Mr. Tristan Selgin behind those, and Silver Chevelle pushing up on the inside to be handy. Yachenko's coming over, but he's 3 deep in the early stages. Knight's Tale going forward in a hurry. Silver Chevelle just dropped back a length or 2. Then Touch My Pocket. The Hamo racing in about 10th position. Dick the Decent, Deep Cup, John's Don Mundelli, and last of all, History Repeats. At the 600-metre mark, it's the Mouse Hunter just in front. Mr. Trist is moving up to be second. Knight's Tale is third. A break of 2 lengths. Yachenko in 4th place, covering Derham. Then Touch My Pocket. Silver Chevelle back on the inside. He's awkwardly placed. The Hamo pulling wide with Selgin. And then came Deep Cut on the bend. The Mouse Hunter corners first. It's the Mouse Hunter just in front of Mr. Trist, who's joining in. Yachenko's trying to push into the open. On the inside, trying to work clear as well with Silver Chevelle. And here comes the Hamo. Yachenko's hit the lead. The Hamo on the outside. outside is after Yurchenko, but it's Pelling's premiership, and Yurchenko had raced away. He's going to win it. Yurchenko first, away with the whip by Pelling. He's won it by 3 lengths. The Hamo second, the Mouse Hunter third. Out wide, Dick the Decent, Sell Jen. Silver Chevelle got Titan Faroum, then Derham, Knight's Tale, Mr. Trist. Mundelli further back with Deep Cut. History repeats in the last couple home in the race. Touch My Pocket and John's Don.
Double to pay 21.7.
And the winner in place, number 11, which is Yurchenko, 5.90 and 2.20. 6, the Hamo, 1.80, and 8, the Mouse Hunter, 2.50.
Number 11, Yurchenko, to return on the Super Tab, 2.85 and 1.25. 6, the Hamo, 85, and number 8 for third, the Mouse Hunter, 1.20.
9 to 2 the field, and he's produced a gem of a ride on Yurchenko. Drew 16 and was able to slot in fourth place, just one off the fence after about 300 metres. Great ride and a deserving win to Mike Pelling to take out the premiership on 54 wins, beating Eddie Wilkinson. Yurchenko, a 3-year-old by Prego from Beyond, raced by A and Mrs. E. Kratransky, trained by G.R. Newham at the Gold Coast and ridden by Mike Pelling. Number 6 is second, the Hamo for Brian York and Bruce Marsh, and 8, the Mouse Hunter third for Gary Doughty and A.J. Edmonds. 11, 6, 8 the numbers after race 8.
Thanks very much, Steve LeVar in Brisbane. Perth